a hacky take on trans crime all too common in these types of shows, but one with implications that are more interesting for the story of this film itself. Rumi is very clearly trying to skinwalk Mima, as spelled out in the final scenes when she comes to reflect Mima so much she seems to her as an apparition of her own old self. Likewise with the stalker stagehand, who writes the Mima's Room blog from Mima's first-person perspective about everything that she really does in a day. They both wanted to be the version of Mima that they saw on stage, and had no interest in being Mima the actress, much in the way that many of my fans wanted to be like me when I was calling myself Digibro, and then felt completely lost and betrayed when I transitioned gender and revealed that I wasn't really just like them at all. When Mima reads her fan page, she is stunned in horror. She knows for sure now that she's being stalked, and also that someone is surrounding her with threats and violence, creating a shaky state of psychology that no one's really around to help her to deal with, since the person most involved in her life is actively causing the problems while gaslighting her to not be worried about them. It is noteworthy too how the film cuts directly from her wondering "who are you" at the computer screen to nailing that same line on the next day of the TV shoot, which she had been stressed and nervous about before. There is a suggestion throughout the background of this film that, in a strange way, the trauma which Rumi causes Mima actually serves to secure her acting career instead of severing it. Mima is talented, but not a terribly complicated person. She tends to draw on her own experiences and ideas, and she struggles with new concepts, as we see when Rumi has to explain to her multiple times how a URL works. Mima turns the feelings from seeing the website directly into her performance, which for me also raises some interesting questions about what Mima's past could have been like that it prepared her to deal with her next scene. Around 25 minutes into Perfect Blue is the slowest scene in the film that exists mostly to reify all of the information we've been given so far and to be sure that we are ready to head into the action. The producer and manager argue more over whether it was worth Mima having left Cham to have such a minimal role on TV, but the producer sees this as the start of something big, while there had never really been major success with Cham. As it turns out though, Cham has actually gotten a lot more successful since dropping Mima, indicating not only that she shouldn't go back, but probably can't. She has a moment where she remembers when she was excited as a member of the group first celebrating formation, and which only without her is celebrating in the same way about finally achieving success. Meanwhile, Mima's fans are disappointed with how little they get to see her, and Mima herself is mentally deteriorating as she comes to fear everyone around her as potentially the stalker tracking her every move. This is also when